A lot of guys who train the way that I train get caught in this cycle where the effort you put in it isn't rewarded proportionally. For a lot of people, getting to the gym, putting the effort in, is a task. People in my niche, it's not really an issue for them. They love it. They love hard work. And yet they don't make the progress that they should make or that they want to make. And it all boils down to the inputs that you're putting in. It comes down to nutrition, it comes down to your habits, it comes down to your training, it comes down to understanding what you're actually doing. Effort alone doesn't rectify that. And that's the catch-22 of this situation. It's like, I'm fucking sending it. I'm going for it. Why is this not coming off for me? This is exactly the same as like a lumberjack using a completely blunt axe to try and do the job. You're causing more work for yourself. The output, so for the lumberjack, actually getting some fucking trees chopped down is a much slower and requires a lot more effort to do what they should be doing and to get the output that they need. If they could just step back, take half a day, less, I don't know about axes, sharpen the axe, sharpen the tools that you're using for the job at hand, the job then becomes a lot easier. The results, the amount of trees that you're chopping down will exponentially rise. It's the same thing with the gym. You can't see the wood for the trees. You're just stuck into putting that hard work in, but the lack of structure rewards you misproportionately to how you should be getting rewarded. It isn't just about what you do in a session. What habits are you following every single day? How do you look at life? How do you look at what you're doing? Do you have full confidence in what you're doing now? Do you have clarity in where you're going in the future and how you're moving forward? The amount of time you have awake in a week is vastly larger than the amount of time you actually train. Just focusing on training isn't where all of the value is. It's still very important, of course it is, but you've got to be looking at these other areas as well. How you look at things, how you look at your life and your week, the mindset that you have on a daily basis, that is where the real progress is made. If you can become someone who is far more confident in what they're doing, you can turn up every single day and put more work in. You can start to get rewarded in the way that you should be. But if you've been going to the gym every single day and you've been smashing it for a year, a couple years now, and you're not getting anywhere, then guys, what are you going to do next? You've got to do something different. You've got to change the inputs to change the outputs. If coaching was just about setting up a training plan and a nutrition plan and following a diet, we wouldn't have a job. ChatGPT can do that. I have so many DMs all the time like, bro, can you make me a one-off plan? Can you make me a one-off diet plan? My answer is always no, because I don't do that anyway. But even if I did, it's fucking pointless. It is literally pointless. That's one small cog in the larger cog of machines, and that is what you've got to understand. Making serious progress requires a holistic view of everything that's going on. You've got to be working on yourself in many different ways. It's not just about lifting weights or running on the track or doing a high rocks workout. You've got to put time into personal development. You've got to educate yourself. You've got to learn. And I don't even mean on training variables or training topics. I mean how to be better in general. If you get hold of this is just going to level up your life completely. It absolutely will. That is what I preach. That is my message. Fitness is a teacher for life. Fitness helps you become the best you physically and mentally so that every other area of your life flourishes. So you'll do far better in your career, you'll do far better at work, maybe you run your own business, you're going to operate with more energy and more clarity. That's going to bring you more financial freedom, that's going to bring you more time freedom, and then you have more time to put into these other areas. So you compare yourself with these guys on social media that have got the results and the lifestyle that you want, but you're still operating how you used to operate or how you are currently operating, and you don't have the outputs that they have. That should say it all. That's when you need to take action. That's when you need to change things. If your outputs are undesirable, change the inputs. Don't keep doing what you've always been doing. You've got to start connecting the dots. It's a huge, huge mistake to think that all of these things aren't connected. That's what I get my team to do. I start to get them to look at things differently. The training and the nutrition plan and the weekly check-in and the data collection That's just the foundation. That's the backbone of it. That's the core. But there's so much other stuff that feeds into that and just accelerates how quick that you're making progress. You might even be following a very good training and nutrition plan now. You might actually know what you're doing. You might be making progress, but you're leaving a lot of your potential on the table from not focusing on all of these other areas. So get to work.